Welcome to game week 5 of B612. The reading order is Sangeeth on seat 1, Pranjal on seat 2, Aishwarya on seat 3, and Shruthi on seat 4. Everyone remember to keep your hands on screen at all time and yourselves off mute. And let's begin. I'm just going to add a timer.
Oh, everyone, I have a bit of a, the end of a cold and a sore throat. So if I have to go on mute to cough, I will warn you that that's happening.
Okay.
We're
I'd
very
rather
happy
not
to
cough
let you
directly into your homes.
we're very happy to let you cough on camera, on video with the mute not on. I feel like none of us can get any kind of virus from this distance. But
Yeah,
by all
I just don't
means,
think it'll be an
Yeah,
all
even I'm
pleasant
even I'm just
experience.
by all means, if
even
you
I have
feel
the
you'll
same
compromise your
situation.
ability to quiz, please go on mute when you feel the need to cough.
They have to do so.
Okay, so without further ado, let's start off. 3 questions for Sangeeth. Sangeeth, this new age hybrid sport, blank ball, combines elements of multiple racket games and uses a perforated hollow plastic ball different from those used in paddle. Complete the name of this sport, 6 letters, whose name is derived from a type of boat used in rowing, comprising of leftover players and not a food, similar to this sport using leftover equipment.
Mm, I'll take a guess. I'll say noodle ball. Noodle
I'm afraid
is
not.
my guess.
Pranjal
Pickleball?
is the right answer.
Ah,
This
What
is
was that?
pickleball. Sangeeth, Marilyn Monroe pioneered this jean style in the 1960s, and soon every other woman had started borrowing her blanks jeans and wearing them. Over time, these went from intergender borrowed fashion to being a style unto themselves, loose fitting, relaxed, low on the waist. Which jeans style?
um,
10 seconds.
I'll guess. I'll say carpenter jeans. Are these
I'm
carpenter
afraid not.
jeans?
Aishwarya
Boyfriend?
is the right answer. These
Oh,
are boyfriend jeans. Sangeeth, been multiple blanks for so long it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talk and few of them know. The blanked out portion from this 1969 song in the self titled debut album of an English rock band was also used as the title of a 1993 coming of age comedy by Richard Linklater. Fill in the blanks
dazed and confused.
is the right answer.
Dazed and
This is Dazed and Confused. So, 3 questions for Pranjal. Which suffix, mostly used for little in an East Asian language, features in the following? A memoir of her education by Tetsuko Kuroyanagi, an animated series featuring the Nohara family. Only mention the suffix, not the individual parts. Ten seconds. I'm going to need an answer.
Mon, M-O-N.
No, I'm afraid not. Shruti?
Chan,
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Chan, C-H-A-N.
Yes, that is the correct
Chan.
answer. Do you also know the individual parts?
Toto-chan and
Shin-chan.
Shin-chan.
Is the right answer on all three counts. Sadly, there is only 1 point to give. Pranjal, which cooling drink formulated by a Unani physician called Hakim Abdul Majid in 1906 has been produced by the Hamdard Labs since its inception, with a different sub-company representing it in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh? Translating to refresher of the soul, this popular Ramadan time drink still has 60% market share in the sherbet category.
Ruabsa.
Is the right answer. This is Ruabza, which is, I've decided it's like Indian Marmite, very polarizing. I am very firmly in the it's a vile drink category. Pranjal, surrounded by the Eastern Ghats, which hill station, located in the Aluru Sitaram Raju district, is noted for its fair trade coffee production that supports regenerative farming practices? Well known thanks to a flagship cafe pictured in Bangalore, the hill station has historically also been a source of bauxite mined from the Anantagiri and Sunkari Metta reserved forests. The flagship cafe is pictured here.
Araku.
It's the right answer. This is the Araku Valley. So 3 directs then for Aishwarya. Moon landing conspiracy theories claim that the Apollo program and the associated moon landings were hoaxes staged by NASA. However, much third-party evidence for the landings exists, and detailed rebuttals to the hoax claims have been made. The conspiracy theorists claim that in the picture, the American flag planted on the moon appears to be flapping in the picture, and since there is no blank on the moon, the picture was shot in a studio on Earth. Fill in the blank.
Wind?
Yes, that is an acceptable answer. Atmosphere or air or wind. Aishwarya, which instrument originated in the 1880s when the Oahu musician Joseph Kekupu reportedly held the side of a metal spike gently against the strings of a regular variety of the instrument, producing a metallic glissando, that is a gliding tonality? This distinctive portamento sound is characteristic of the instrument in question, whose name is a nod to the place of origin or its alternative name to how it is placed when playing.
Is this a banjolele?
No. Sangeeth,
I'll pass.
passing to Shruti,
Hawaiian guitar.
is the right answer.
So lap.
This is a Hawaiian guitar or a lap steel guitar or a steel guitar or a kikakila. Aishwarya, buildings like these in England are a remnant of the fallout of which tax passed in 1696 on what the authorities felt were clear signs of wealth and prosperity?
Can you scroll down? Okay, I'll say the window tax.
And you would be correct. This is the window tax. 3 directs then for Shruti. Tamil Nadu's Nilgiris district is home to many hill stations that form part of the namesake mountain range. The Nilgiri Mountain Railway, India's only rack railway, made famous by the song Chaya Chaya, takes passengers to 2 hill stations from the town of Mettupalayam. Its final stop is Ooty, but which hill station, located 17 kilometers away from Ooty, is the main intermediate station, noted for its fine tea estates?
Kunur.
It's the right answer. This is Kunur. Could everyone keep both hands on screen, please?
So my hand. So,
Shruti, William Eggington's new book, The Rigor of Angels, is a joint biography of three people who called attention to the problems and paradoxes that emerge when we try to extend our ordinary way of seeing the world beyond the human scale. A phrase that Eggington repeatedly uses in the book to describe this illusory vantage is God of very large things, inspired from the work of which Booker Prize winning author, as credited by Eggington in the book.
Arundhati Roy.
Right? And we'll get to the point. Shruti, the Bosphorus Bridge is one of three suspension bridges spanning the Bosphorus Strait in Istanbul. The bridge was officially renamed to the 15 July Martyrs Bridge in 2016, following which event on the namesake day that led to the death of more than 300 people? A general answer is all we're looking for.
Earthquake?
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer?
I'll pass.
Passing to Pranjal?
Pass.
Passing to Aishwarya?
Pass.
The army coup that happened?
I beg your pardon?
The army coup that happened during
Yes,
that
you
time?
could have taken a guess because this is the coup d'etat, the failed military coup of 2016. Bad luck. So at the end of round one, Shruti is at 4 points, Pranjal and Aishwarya at 3, and Sangeeth on 1. 3 directs then for Sangeeth to start off round 2. Sandra Oh plays the titular fictional British intelligence agent who is tasked with capturing a psychopathic assassin played by Jodie Comer in which BBC TV show, based on a book series by Luke Jennings. While the book is titled after the assassin, Villanelle, the show is named after the assassin's goal of getting rid of the titular agent.
Killing Eve.
It's the right answer. This is Killing Eve. Another conspiracy theory, Sangeeth, related to the moon landings is that the photo shown here, taken by Apollo, does not have any blank visible, suggesting a deliberate ploy to remove the presence of these so that the location of the shoot on Earth is unknown. However, the truth is that these would only be visible if the cameras were tuned for a long exposure shot, which is impossible in space. Fill in the blank with something not seen in the photo.
Stars.
It's the right answer again. It is stars which are missing from the photo. Sangeeth, the historic passage blank, 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 5, 2, and then 4 letters, is a 477 meters long tunnel that was used as part of the combat strategy for the city of Puebla in Mexico during the battle against the French forces. What fills in the blanks that marks the date of Mexico's victory over France in 1862? You may give us either the Spanish name, which has been blanked, or the English name.
Cinco de Mayo.
The right answer again. A strong start, strong 3 for 3, and a strong start in round 2 for Sangeeth. Pranjal, the hymn Nkosi Sikeleli Africa, God Bless Africa, was composed in 1897 by the Xhosa composer Enoch Sontonga and was sung as the closing anthem in the African National Congress meetings, eventually becoming a resistance song. Which African country became the first to adopt it as their national anthem in 1961? It was translated from Xhosa to Swahili, and later, when the country united with an archipelago monarchy in 1964, the anthem was retained.
Tanzania?
Tanzania will get you the point. This is Tanzania, and I would have prompted on Tanganyika on Zanzibar. Pranjal Kristen Bell plays the eponymous character in which teen mystery drama show that premiered in 2004 and ran for 3 seasons. After cancellation, a Kickstarter campaign by Bell led to a film version in 2014 and more recently a Hulu series in 2019, where she tries to find out the perpetrator behind spring break deaths in the fictional town of Neptune.
Veronica Mars.
The right answer. This is the great Veronica Mars. Pranjal, originating in Hungary, this new age hybrid sport combines table tennis with football and has already featured at the European Games, despite only being created in 2012. Its short name, blank ball, is a shortened reference to the fact that one needs blank to be able to play the sport rather than depend on any form of luck. Fill in the blank, 3 letters, with the name of the sport.
SKI.
No, I'm afraid not. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer?
No, pass.
I'll pass you. Aishwarya?
Pass.
Passing to Shruti.
Pass.
So SKI
Okay.
skill would be a good guess, but we're looking for tech ball as in technique.
Uh,
3 questions then for Aishwarya. Which suffix, meaning little in a European language, features in the following words? A chemistry lab tool used to transfer liquid in titrations, an ornamentation worn on the shoulder. Only mention the suffix, not the individual parts.
Et, as in ETTE.
We'll get you the point. Do you also know the 2 individual words?
Well, epaulette and pipette.
Right on both counts again. Still only the single point to give out. Aishwarya, what portmanteau word is used for these trousers, indicating that these are made from denim, but stretchable and close fitting? Great for casual wear.
Are these jeggings?
They are indeed. Jeans plus leggings, jeggings. One of the 3 people who are the subject matter of William Eggington's The Rigor of Angels is a physicist best known for his uncertainty principle. In Eggington's view, he was the first person to go against the trend in science of taking a zoomed in view and instead zoomed out to take a God of very large things view that forms the premise of the book. Which physicist, Aishwarya?
Heisenberg.
It's the right answer. This is Werner Heisenberg. 3 for 3 for Aishwarya as well. 3 questions then for Shruti. Mustelids are a group of carnivorous mammals. The name comes from the Latin mustela, meaning little mouse. Mustelid as a term refers to this creature, Mustela nivalis, the smallest member of the mustelids. It is slightly larger and longer tailed than a ferret. Which creature, whose common name is also used in English, typically in a negative context?
Ermine?
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth?
is it a weasel?
It is a weasel. Shruti, they call him multiple blanks. And once upon a pair of wheels, he hits the road and he's gone. What's my number? The blanked out portion from this 1970 song by an English folk rock duo became the title of a 2017 Edgar Wright film, which itself has a stellar soundtrack that the protagonist listens to on his iPod. Fill in the blanks.
Baby Driver.
It's the right answer. And we'll get you the point. Elle Kemper, Shruti, plays the titular 29-year-old woman who is rescued from a doomsday cult and adjust to life outside of it in which sitcom, 2015 to 19, created by Tina Fey? The title alludes to how Kemper's character isn't one to back down and is determined to be seen as more than just a victim.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Is the right answer yet again. So at the end of round 2, which was very high scoring, Aishwarya and Shruthi on 6 points, Sangeeth and Pranjal on 5 each. 3 questions for Sangeeth to start off round 3. Because this mustelid is also semi-aquatic, it could be mistaken to be the otter, but its dark fur is consistent and isn't white at the belly. It has traditionally been prized and hunted for its fur, but animal rights activism in recent decades have helped make it a species of least concern by the IUCN. Identify the creature.
Mm. Uh,
10 seconds.
I forgot. Pass.
Passing to Pranjal.
Pass.
Passing to Aishwarya.
I'll risk it. Is it the stoat?
I'm afraid it isn't. Shruti
Mink.
is the right
or
answer.
mine. Yeah.
Nice answer.
This is the mink. Sangeeth guitars had been integral to Hawaiian music ever since the first European settlers arrived there in the 18th century. Among them were Portuguese sailors who brought with them not only their guitars, but also their cavaquinos. What did the Hawaiians rename the cavaquinos as, now primarily associated with them rather than the Portuguese?
The ukulele.
It's the right answer.
Ukulele.
This is the ukulele, played here by a very happy woman. Sangeet, the sales in 2014 of this Georgia O'Keeffe painting made her the most successful woman in art. What's the common English name of this flower with the scientific name Datura stramonium? It is infamously toxic, and the second word in its name is indicator enough of the invasive nature of the plant. Alternative answers are acceptable.
Mm.
10 seconds.
I'll say second. No, I'll just say foxglove.
I'm afraid it isn't. Pranjal,
Pass.
passing to Aishwarya,
I might non-comp pass.
passing to Shruti.
Pass.
This is something called Jimson weed, or thornapple, devil's snare, devil's trumpet, moonflower, and my personal favorite, hell's bells. Pranjal, in 1662, King Charles II decided to impose a tax on what? Since counting residents was more challenging, it was seen as simpler to just count these permanent features in homes, seen as a sign of comfortable living and prosperity. Attempts to sidestep the tax led to serious accidents, such as one in 1684 that destroyed 20 homes. It was repealed in England by monarchs William and Mary in 1689. Ten seconds.
Mm. Lamps.
Not lamps. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer?
Take a guess. I'll say fireplace.
Is an acceptable answer, I think. This is the chimney or hearth
Hearth.
tax, and fireplace is an acceptable answer. Pranjal, moon landing conspiracy theorists don't consider moon rocks as evidence of landings. They argue that the 1967 trip to Antarctica, undertaken by this NASA man, was actually intended to gather lunar meteorites to fake moon rocks. Since the man in question was a former member of the Nazi Party and an SS officer, they suggest that he could have been pressured to agree to the conspiracy to protect himself from recriminations over his past. Which person? Ten seconds.
Oh, Von Braun.
Is the right answer.
Okay.
This is Werner von Braun. Pranjal, despite its name, this mustelid is not a canid. Its scientific name is gulo gulo, meaning glutton, a reference to its ability to kill and eat larger prey. This ferocity is one reason behind its use as the name of a Marvel superhero. 10 other reasons are also on display in the photo. Which creature, the largest of the mustelids?
Wolverine.
It's the right answer. This is the Wolverine.
I love how upset it looks.
Because it's so cute, so I imagine it has trouble being taken seriously. Aishwarya, 3 questions. Sofia Vergara plays the eponymous real-life Colombian drug lord Blank Blanco in which 2024 Netflix miniseries that showcases her rise in the Miami drug scene in late 1980s and the early 1990s. Vergara has received critical acclaim for her work, but the usage of the image without consent from Blanco's family has landed the show in legal trouble.
Griselda.
The right answer. I barely had to start the timer. Established by the Mumbai-based Parsi businessman Dinshawji Pandole in 1889, this aerated soft drink brand Aishwarya initially sold only a lemonade-flavored soda. But in 2011, PepsiCo relaunched the brand with 3 additional flavors, with Mangola being retained only in Mumbai as a city legacy. Identify the brand whose once iconic Chembur plant is shown here. Ten seconds.
I've completely forgotten what they're called. No, pass.
Answer. Passing to Pranjal
Dukes.
is the right answer. This is Duke's. Aishwarya, despite Nakosi Sikeleli Africa, God Bless Africa, being extremely popular as a resistance song, it was merged with Die Stem in 1997 to create a hybrid anthem in which country? Given the painful history of the country until 1994, some of the elements of Die Stem were removed, and 5 of the nation's 11 national languages are used for each of the stanzas of the anthem.
I'll just say South Africa.
And you would be correct. This is South Africa. Shruti, 3 questions. Which suffix, meaning little in a European language, features in the following words? A Latin American food item named after a farm animal, or the animal responsible for the most human deaths? Only mention the suffix, not the individual parts.
Ito,
It's the right answer. Do you also know the individual parts?
burrito, and mosquito.
That is correct. Shruti, in 1712, during the reign of Queen Anne, what was taxed at the rate of as much as 1 shilling per square yard? People would choose these as a cheaper yet aesthetic alternative for their homes, so the government tried to make money off it. People sidestepped the tax by simply buying these in plain form and doing hand stenciling all over them instead.
Wallpaper?
It's the right answer. This is the wallpaper tax. Shruti, these Mary Cassatt paintings are depictions of the various stages of a bloom of which flower, more famously associated with another painter's artwork series. The species is called Victoria amazonica, as well as Victoria regia, which is the alternative title of the paintings.
The Amazon water lily, giant water lily. I don't know.
Anti-prompt?
Water lily.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Oh, of course. Okay, okay. Another painter.
The other painter, of course, being Monet.
Yeah.
So round 4, Shruti just inching her way ahead at 10 points, Pranjal and Aishwarya at 8, and Sangeeth just behind them at 7. Still anybody's game. 3 questions for Sangeeth. With a name translating to the land of paddy fields, which hill station and namesake district was the site of the Kotiot Wars between Kerala Verma and Parasi Raja and the British from 1793 to 1806? It is also home to a unique mirror temple pictured, and perhaps more fascinatingly, has the only known temple in the region with deities of Lord Love and Kush. With apologies in North Indian if I have mangled that pronunciation.
This is very embarrassing. But
Sorry, was that an answer?
oh, okay, right. So why not? Yeah,
Yes, that is the correct answer.
I namesake district I didn't see first. It's Kerala Verma Parishiraja. It's just one person.
Oh, is it one word?
Yeah, that's the person's name. It's just one person.
Ah, I see. Kerala Verma just sounds like it's a Verma from Kerala.
Yeah, that's my grandfather's name, Kerala Verma. Like it's just yeah, it's a common name.
Well, there you go then. And was he a Verma from Kerala?
Yeah.
Well, that was very useful then. Sangeeth, in 1784, George III introduced which tax to help pay for the war in America? Unfortunately, the richer people got to escape the tax since they lived in stone homes. The lesser well off sections of society looking to build new homes were saddled with this tax. And ultimately, the burden became too much to bear, leading it to being repealed in 1805.
I'll say timber.
Not timber, so that would have been my guess. Pranjal,
Pass.
passing to Aishwarya,
Yeah, I'll pass.
passing to Shruti.
Pass.
This was the brick tax.
Oh.
Sangeeth, which Indian soft drink brand, relaunched by Reliance Industries in 2023, was the market leader in the 1970s and 1980s before the liberalization policy brought foreign brands to Indian soil? Referred to only by the first part of its 2-part name colloquially, it was marketed patriotically with the slogan, "The Great Indian Taste."
Yes. Is it Campa Cola?
It is very much Campa Cola. Three questions for Pranjal. These jeans start above the navel and taper towards the bottom. They were in fashion in the 80s and 90s, favored by older women, which gave rise to the short name blank jeans. The term was made famous in an SNL skit by Tina Fey on May 11th, 2003, on the eve of a certain occasion. Which jeans? And the photograph on the side says, give her something that says, I'm not a woman anymore, I'm a blank. Ten seconds.
Viva.
I'm afraid not. Aishwarya
Mom.
is the right answer.
Ah.
Though Pranjal's is a much better name for the jeans.
Less horrible, yes.
Yes. Pranjal, in the 1930s, Hawaiian music that featured instrumentation with lap steel guitar or the ukulele became a major fad in mainland USA, leading to a musical genre called hapa haole. This genre featured instrumentation and themes that were typically Hawaiian, but the lyrics were in English, as reflected in songs like My Little Grass Shack in Kiala Kekua. What exactly does the term hapa haole mean, a term that has no connection to music per se? Ten seconds.
Beach shack.
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth,
I'll pass.
passing to Aishwarya.
I will take a non-comp, I think.
All right, Shruti,
Pass.
non-com.
So I think Hapa literally is actually just half. So it's like half Hawaiian or not really Hawaiian or something.
So the phrase is half white, and I would have prompted on mixed ancestry, mixed race, or half breed. So you were almost there.
I would not have risked it on that.
Pranjal, so multiple blanks, catch the mouse, don't look down, shove it in your mouth. The blanked out portion from this 2001 Radiohead song became the title of a 2019 murder mystery film, the first installment in a franchise whose third film is due this year. Fill in the blanks.
Knives Out.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Knives Out.
Is the right answer. It is Knives Out, and we'll get you the point. So, 3 questions for Aishwarya. The 10th of Ramadan city is a satellite city of Cairo, which commemorates an important war in Egypt's modern history. It shares its name in a way with which other satellite city of Cairo that follows a similar style of naming, commemorates the same war, but uses a reference to the Gregorian calendar instead.
Uh, 1st of March.
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth?
I'll pass.
Passing to Pranjal?
Pass.
Passing to Shruti?
Pass.
So this is the 6th of October city, the 10th of Ramadan and the 6th of October, both referring to the first day of the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Aishwarya, multiple blanks walking down the street. Same blanks, the kind I like to meet. Same blanks, I don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one could look as good as you. Mercy. The blanked out portion from this 1969 Roy Orbison song became the title of a 1990 film by Gary Marshall, originally written as a dark cautionary tale about sex work in Los Angeles? Fill in the blanks.
Pretty Woman.
The right answer. Aishwarya, despite its feline name, it's a mustelid, and in fact, more closely related to the dog. In the US and elsewhere, its name is sometimes used to reference skunks, ferrets, and even martens. But it is distinguishable by the dark facial fur that extends right up to its nose. The European variety is the most easily identifiable species, pictured here. Identify the creature.
Polecat.
The right answer. This is the polecat, which sadly brings us to the last question of this quad on cute mustelids. Shruti, 3 questions. The Hadiths have started a mini culture for these blank blank pants, high on the waist and bound together with a belt or sash, to resemble the common sight from the world of shopping. The brown colored versions of the pants, pictured on the right, make them even more apt representations. Which trouser style?
Paper bag.
It's the right answer. These are paper bag pants. So the first commercially mass-produced electric guitar was this Hawaiian lap steel guitar by Rickenbacker in 1931. By what two-word name is this popularly known? Thanks to the resemblance of its distinct shape to something you'd find in the kitchen, even if the handle length may be inconsistent with the item.
Fry pan.
Is the right answer again. This is the frying pan. Shruti, in 1964, after this country's independence from the British Crown, it adopted the hymn Nkosi Sikelele Africa, God Bless Africa, as its national anthem. But after 9 years, it edited the original hymn to bring specificity to the nation through a public competition, exhorting people to stand and sing of blank, proud and free, flying high like the noble African eagle, just like it does on the nation's official flag. Which country?
Zimbabwe.
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer?
I'll pass.
Passing to Pranjal.
Pass.
Passing to Aishwarya.
Pass.
This is Zambia. Sangeeth, another of the three. Oh, this is round 5. Last round, Shruti at 12 points, Aishwarya at 11, Sangeeth and Pranjal tied at 9 points, still anyone's game. Sangeeth, your last 3 questions. Another of the 3 people who are the subject matter of William Eggington's The Rigor of Angels is a Latin American writer, one from whom he borrowed the phrase that forms the title of the book as well. One of this writer's famous stories is Funes the Memorious, about a man named Funes who remembers every tiny detail of what he experiences, but is incapable of generalizing or forming abstractions. Who is this writer?
I'll say Marcus.
I'm afraid it's not Marquez. Pranjal?
Borges?
Sorry?
Jorge Luis Borges?
Yes is the right answer. This is Jorge Luis Borges. Sangeeth, which country adopted a localized version of Nkosi Sikelele Africa, God Bless Africa, called Ishe Komborera Africa as its initial anthem before replacing it in 1994? The new anthem, Blessed Be the Land of Blank, that asks God to bless this land between Zambezi and Limpopo, has 16 different versions, one in each official language, but the Shona and Ndebele versions are most popular of the lot. 10 seconds.
I'll say Kenya.
I'm afraid it isn't. Pranjal?
Zimbabwe?
This time it is Zimbabwe, yes. Finally, Sangeeth, which suffix meaning little in a dead European language features in the following words? Leeuwenhoek's term for microorganisms meaning tiny animals, or a group of atoms linked together by bonds. Only mention the suffix, not the individual parts. Ten seconds.
ULE.
I can prompt you.
CULE.
Yes, that is the right answer. Do you also know both terms?
Molecule and I was thinking other thing. I don't
Value?
know.
The other one is animalcule.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I'm not sure. Not sure if that was a word.
Animalcule and molecule. So three questions for Pranjal, his last three directs of the game. Which flower that grows in Japan, associated with temperate climates in Europe and North America, is depicted in this 1985 Yayoi Kusuma painting? The specific species is most likely Taraxacum japonicum, but we need the common English name. The leaves might be helpful in identifying it, since their shape lies behind the name of the plant.
Chrysanthemum?
Not the chrysanthemum. Sangeeth? Going to need an
No,
answer? I'll pass
I'll
you.
pass you.
Aishwarya
Dandelion.
is the right answer.
Thanks.
This is the dandelion because the leaves are like lion's teeth.
Thanks, Archie.
Pranjal Birla House was the family home of industrialist G.D. Birla that was located on Albuquerque Road in New Delhi. However, what was the road renamed to commemorate an unfortunate incident concerning one of the residents of Birla House in early 1948? Before you answer, try and figure out which quad this question belongs to. It'll help. Ten seconds.
MG Road?
Not that. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer?
Salt Road?
No. Shruthi? Passing to Aishwarya
30th of January, Marg, I think.
is the right answer.
Ah,
of
30th
course.
January
Nice.
Road
the
or
date.
Nicely done.
Janvari
Nicely
Marg.
done.
Now,
Yeah.
usually date questions bring up terrible memories from trying to remember dates in history exams, but this is a road I know. So this is the only exception to that rule.
Nice one.
Pranjal, another of the three people who are the subject matter of William Eggington's The Rigor of Angels, is a Königsberg-born philosopher, best known for his critique of pure reason. This philosopher wrote this work primarily as a disagreeing response to David Hume's A Treatise of Human Nature, which, as per Eggington, takes a God of very small things view of life. Which philosopher?
Kant?
It's the right answer. This is Immanuel Kant. So 3 questions for Aishwarya, who is currently leading by 1 point. Played on an inflatable court featuring a trampoline on each side of the net, blank ball combines elements of volleyball, football, and gymnastics with music. Since it originated in Brazil and has a major element of flair and music, its name references a relaxed style of samba dance music from the region. Fill in the blank, 5 letters, to get the name of this new age hybrid sport.
Okay, let's try bossa ball.
You would be correct. This is bossa ball, named after bossa nova. Though it doesn't look like a relaxed style of a game at all, as opposed to bossa nova.
I think if you're upside down, that is automatically not
Yeah.
relaxed.
Anything involving a trampoline, which I'm a fan of, but they are not relaxing, certainly. Aishwarya, Babu Budangiri, a hill and mountain range in the Western Ghats, is named after the 17th century Sufi saint Baba Budan, who supposedly brought coffee to India by smuggling it out of Mocha in Yemen. The saint's shrine and the mountain is located in which hill station, part of the namesake district of Karnataka, that is also home to the hill station of Kudremukh.
This is embarrassing, but I've gone blank, so pass.
Passing you to Shruti. Going to give an
Pass.
answer. Passing to Sangeeth. Going to
Uh,
give an answer.
no,
I'm
pass.
going to pass you. Pranjal
Chikmagalur?
is the right answer. This is Chikmagalur. I believe the story goes he smuggled 7 coffee beans in his beard back into the country. It's a wild story.
That is one version I've heard.
Aishwarya, this once forgotten 17th century Dutch artist, Judith Leyster, produced an entire book filled with 40 sketches of witch flower to capitalize on the crazy trend she saw all around her.
Tulips.
What else would a Dutch painter paint? So, last 3 questions of the game. Directs for Shruti. Aishwarya with a 2 point lead now. Pranjal at 13, Shruti on 12, Sangeeth on 10. Founded by Edward Blank in the early 1900s as Aligarh Dairy Farm, this Indian beverage brand became synonymous with good quality milk and milkshakes in Delhi in 1925, when the brand opened a shop front in Chanakyapuri. In the last decade, the brand has been revived under the leadership of Agastya Dalmia, who has taken the original milkshake and its iconic glass bottles to almost every major Indian city and some abroad as well. Identify the brand.
Kevento?
The right answer, bringing you on even points with Pranjal for second place. Shruti, during the Apollo 15 mission, astronaut David Scott debunked the moon landing conspiracy theory that it was filmed outside in a remote desert using harnesses or slow motion photography. He did so by demonstrating that he was in a vacuum, dropping a hammer and which other object that descended to the moon's surface at the same time. This object also features in a famous experiment by Galileo.
A feather?
The right answer, bringing you just 1 point behind Aishwarya and moving ahead of Pranjal. So, last question of the game. This new age hybrid sport, Shruti, originally known as round net, has seen a revival under a trademarked brand created by the founder. Combining elements of volleyball with trampoline, the players essentially blank the ball onto the mini trampoline, giving the sport its name, blank ball. Fill in the blank, 5 letters, with the name of the sport, a common sight at beaches and parks today. 10 seconds.
Boomerang or boom.
I'm afraid not. Sangeeth? Going to need an answer. Passing to Pranjal.
Guide.
Not that either. Aishwarya?
Boing.
I wish it was, but I'm afraid this is spike ball, as in the way you
Oh,
spike
yes.
a volleyball.
Oh, in
Yeah,
volleyball.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So in the
sorry.
end, Aishwarya did just enough to win with 15 points. Shruti's just snuck ahead of Pranjal to get second place at 14, Pranjal at 13, and Sangeeth at 10. Very well played. I think that was very close for most of it.
Yeah, incredibly close game.
Yeah.
Yes, well played, everyone, and thank you for reading, Gayatri.
Yeah.
Thank you
We'll
Thanks
for
for
say
reading.
Thanks,
you're
Gayatri.
very welcome. Good
Bye,
night.
guys.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.